Welcome to the African Business Diary. Today we are going to be talking about bootstrapping, the method of building a business with limited or no outside finance. This contrasts with the modern way of building businesses, where you have an idea, build an MVP and look for funding, while this is appropriate for when finance is abundant. If you are building a business in a time of limited capital, as predicted by major analysts in the next 2 to 3 years for the global economy, or you live in a society with no sound financial systems to support new businesses, take Africa for example, bootstrapping your business is your best bet in realizing your idea. In today's video we'll discuss what bootstrapping is, the benefits and challenges of this approach, and how to create a financial plan that will help your business survive and even thrive. Firstly, what is bootstrapping? Bootstrapping is a term used to describe starting a business with little to no external funding. Instead of relying on investors, bootstrap startups use their own funds, revenue generated by the business, and other creative methods to finance their growth. This is the traditional way of building a business, which demands a lot of commitment and ingenuity from the founder. The fate of your business is determined by what you do, not a pitch deck or investor call. So, what are the benefits of bootstrapping? One of the main benefits of bootstrapping is that it gives you more control over your business. You don't have to answer to investors or worry about meeting their expectations. You can focus on building your business and making it profitable. This of course forces the founder to adopt their business strategy to customer needs earlier in the business's life rather than investing in a business that is not serving in customers' needs. Bootstrapping also forces you to be creative and resourceful, which can lead to innovative solutions and a stronger business model. Most of the most celebrated businesses were bootstrapped by the founders up to a certain level and only took in external finance to finance growth. The best examples include Lego, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Ford, and Standard Oil. It is true we no longer have these kinds of businesses due to globalization and endless supply of capital from Silicon Valley and governments. But it is also true that most small businesses do not have access to this kind of finance, and small businesses account for more than 60% of the global economy. It is worrying that most university programs never talk about how to bootstrap a business. My cynical mind thinks, this is international, because if more college students know how to bootstrap, then the pool of loyal employees shrinks as everyone will be running their own thing. Again, this is my personal opinion and not fact. So what are the challenges of bootstrapping? One of the biggest challenges is the lack of financial intelligence in available resources, without the discipline to manage the business's finances, which influences investments, employee remuneration and other overheads. A business will fail in the short term. Another challenge is funding to start with. Without investor funding, you may have limited funds to work with, which can make it difficult to scale your business quickly. You may also face more competition from well-funded startups that have more resources to invest in marketing and advertising. I feel, however, that the lack of funding is often overblown, as one of the key requirements of a bootstrapper is ingenuity, which means that one can find a way even in the face of major obstacles. The strategy, as already highlighted, demands more from the founder. We recommend you watch our video on the founder's edge if you haven't already. Now let's discuss how to create a financial plan, which is the key to this strategy. If you go into a bank with a business idea, they will ask for your financial plan. This is key because a financial plan will help you manage your resources effectively and make the most of what you have. Here are some steps to follow. Set clear financial goals. Define what you want to achieve financially and create a plan to reach those goals. This might include setting revenue targets, tracking expenses, and forecasting cash flow. Manage your cash flow. Cash flow is critical for any business, but it's especially important for bootstrap startups. Keep a close eye on your cash flow and make sure you have enough money to cover your expenses and invest in growth. Prioritize expenses. With limited funds, you need to be strategic about where you invest your money. Prioritize expenses that will help you grow your business and generate revenue. Be resourceful. Bootstrapping requires you to be creative and resourceful. Look for ways to cut costs, such as using free software or leveraging social media for marketing. When bootstrapping a startup, there are several common mistakes that entrepreneurs should avoid. Here are a few to keep in mind. Failing to track expenses. Keeping track of expenses is crucial for any business, but it's especially important when you're bootstrapping. Without a clear understanding of your expenses, you may overspend and run out of cash. Not prioritizing revenue. While it's important to keep costs under control, it's equally important to focus on generating revenue. Make sure your business model is sound and that you have a plan in place for generating revenue. As we have highlighted earlier in this video, a bootstrap business will always have a solid business model, and revenue is a validation of that notion. Your business should generate money, otherwise you die. Not investing in marketing. Without external funding, it can be challenging to get the word out about your business. Make sure you invest in marketing, even if it's just through social media or other low-cost channels. Ignoring customer feedback. Customer feedback is critical for any business, but it's especially important when you're bootstrapping. Make sure you listen to your customers and use their feedback to improve your product or service. Underestimating the time commitment. Bootstrapping a startup requires a significant time commitment. Don't underestimate the amount of time and energy it will take to get your business off the ground. By avoiding these common mistakes and staying focused on your financial goals, you can increase your chances of success when bootstrapping a startup. In conclusion, bootstrapping a startup can be a challenging but rewarding experience. By creating a sound financial plan and being strategic about where you invest your resources, you can build a successful business without relying on external funding. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.